Okay everybody, this is the complete transformation process video for Fans Toys Takes on a Masterpiece Pipes figure. Just a reminder, it is only the transformation process. The review is separately uploaded and you may need something like a pair of tweezers, or as I've got a blunt knife, just to maneuver things on this because they are incredibly stiff. Right, we're going to start off with the arms and the pipes. Funnily enough, in the arms, if you just disconnect them there, and then what you've got is, if I show you this, obviously as best as I can, the wrist is going to move independently and the hand is, and the wrist is going to move independently. What you need to do is you need to turn this around. If I turn that like that, see, you've got this half moon cut out there. This needs to be on the opposite side. So this needs to be on the same side as where the pipe is. So you need to turn that all the way around, and then you need to turn the fist the opposite way around as well. The reason for that is now when you open this up, this will now encase that and close neatly and perfect. So if you haven't got the half moon on the right side, it won't be able to encase it. So this is what I mean by that. If you turn this, there it is, it needs to be turned right in against it. So you've basically got a cutout for this to fit over. Turn the wrist to face that way, open this up, this will collapse over, and as I say, it will be flush. Now what you can do to get these out of the way, you can just quickly disconnect the tires from the back, so that's on a separate lever, and then just push these right out of the way for now. So bring these down and then just push them right out of the way. We'll come back to the arms and the upper section in a second. Right, we're going to turn our attention to the legs. You may just want to lift the hip skirts out just for now, and especially because this can be sort of quite awkward and stiff. So we've got two tabs here, or two flaps here, and this is where I'm going to need the blunt knife because I can't get my fingernails under there correctly. I'm going to pop them both out just because I'm going to do this part at the same time. I'm going to do one leg at a time. Because I've got the utensil, so I've opened that up. So what we're looking to do now, if I shift that one leg out, take this and with the toes, bring the toes, and that's going to open up that whole leg. See, this is going to move backwards and forwards now. So what we're looking to do is this slider here, it's a little bit, it slides, you're going to collapse it all over itself like that. See how that leg collapses over? What you're looking to then do is get this tab into that cutout there. So you're collapsing it over on itself, but this is where sometimes you just need a little bit of brute strength, and I suppose not to be too worried because you're going to have to really force and push it in until you hear that click. You really need to hear that click and that tab in, otherwise it won't line up. If your ankle and toes are getting in the way, just lift it up over that and you can see that that's lined up perfectly. Sometimes, and I'll admit it with myself, I was perhaps a little too apprehensive to forcefully push it all the way in and it just wasn't locking in. So you do need to be aware of that. So again, let's take the foot and the ankle and let's pull that apart. And what we're looking to do is just to condense this over itself. That's going to catch the hip skirt now, and this is what I mean. Look, if you just push it down, it doesn't make it anywhere near. You've got to literally push it in, and then you've got to really, what I tend to do is grab it there and push it down as hard as you can till you hear that click, and then we can fold this underneath itself, bring that over to tab in, and indeed bring the toes and ankles down. And then let's just make sure the hip skirts and everything are out of the way, and then we're going to join the legs together. Right, that's obviously half of it done. Take the head now, move this forward, and then if you look underneath here, you've got, there's the light shining in, you've got this tab here holding in the whole backpack. So lift that up, lift this up out of the way, then separate this back panel and fold this right up out of the way. Right, what we need to do now, this is quite clever but not too difficult. If you grab hold of the side windows and the side doors, so what you need to do is if you hold by the translucent plastic, and then you're going to take this part and you're going to rotate that 180 degrees, so you've got the M on the outside. Repeat the same process for this side. So grab what is going to be the side panel and the door, hold by the window, rotate that so the M is on the outside, and now what we need to do is tuck the head away. Keep it facing up there, that is fine. And now as you bring up the front part of the cab, shall we say, once it's up and over, yeah, I've still got these just out of the way for now, clip the side doors in. So via that M, which is on the side, you can see the tab, click it into place, and then what you're looking to do is bring this whole back part over, and this also will click into place. Bend that bit down, and that's going to fit just below there. So bring this underneath and clip that in. and then we're going to bend this in a second. I'm going to leave that for now, because what we need to do is, that's it, once you've pushed it back and pushed it back like so, it will sit into place. All you need to do now though is sort out these. So let's put the wheels back where they should be. If you look underneath, there's a cutout in there and there's a tab. So let's just bend where is the bicep for now. Let's turn this around and bend it up out of the way. And again, this is where you need a bit of brute force. Hold on to it tightly. Compress this gold part in. The gold part is going to, he says, it does take I tell you honestly, it's heart in mouth sometimes with these, because I think I'm going to break them. You need to apply that pressure there. There you go. Did you see that literally snapping? Thankfully nothing broke. You will feel, I think, sometimes that you're going to break this, and that's exactly why I like to do these tutorial videos, just to reassure you. So once again, you can see that's gone flush against there. This one hasn't yet. So what we need to do is push down with, as I say, a little bit of power to click it in. Last part then, just to tidy it all up. Now you can turn these around and you can already make out that that's going to tab into this cutout there. Same here, bring this up, tab that into there, and that tab is fit under there. There is, let me just straighten everything out. That is your alternate mode. So we're going to take it back. So let's start off literally just going through, I suppose, the process backwards. It's easy going this way though. So separate there, fold it out. Now the best way to do this is to take what is the elbow joint, fold this out, and then you can apply enough pressure to pull all of this out in one go. See that? You've got to grab that and pull it out. So don't grab it by this, you'll snap it straight off. So disconnect from the back, disconnect slightly from the side, get your thumb or your hand underneath and just pull that away. So you can see you've got your clearance, and once again we'll shift them out of the way. Let's stay with the legs then for now. So let's open these up where they're joined together. Try and give yourself enough clearance, so turn it slightly, and what we need to do, if you remember, it's these tabs. So once again, I'm going to use a blunt knife because I just can't get under it well enough, and I'm going to struggle right now by the looks of it. It could be because I'm reaching around trying to get it around the camera. That's better. I've got underneath it, pop that out like so. I'm going to just do the one leg for now, so I've got enough clearance. Right, so once this is open, again with the foot and this part, fold that open. There you go. Now give yourself some clearance. Remember, we're going to separate this and pull it back over on itself like that. I'm just going to complete this leg, to be honest. Close this back up, close that tab up there, and correct the orientation of the foot. So I've got loads of clearance and space now to be able to get in and underneath that tab and pop that up out of the way. Same principle, open this with the foot, disconnect there, remember, so you're pulling it apart and fold it back out over itself, click it in, bring this round. If your ankle gets caught, lift it over there and tab that together. So there are your legs done and dusted. Right, turn our attention to this back, to the front piece. Let's separate this from there, lift this up, separate the back, lift that up, and then just start to, honestly, just to disconnect all of it, lift it up, bring the head forward and out of the way, lift this up out of the way, separate the side doors and windows. So this, if you remember now, you're going to just rotate the lower part, turn that around, and that will slot in there like so. So separate window and door, pull it up, hold on to the side window, rotate that 90 degrees, so when you push it in, it should fit nice and snug like that. Now it'll give you enough clearance to go over the back, and I suppose this is the only really tricky bit. We've got to get this hole there, we've got to get this tab into it. So once you've lifted it up, this part of the roof condenses down, so fold that down, and then what you need to do is tuck this underneath enough so it gives you clearance to come through and under there like so. So once it comes underneath, you can bring this down. There's some tabs underneath there which are going to click into place, and then you can tab that in at the back as well, just to hold it in position. Fold the head up, reposition that exactly as you want it. Whoops. And of course the last bit is the arms. So this has come out already. If you remember, this was covered over. So open this up, close that, tab that there just below what of course is the forearm. So what you need to do, in fact, let me move it out of the way, take this, rotate that so it's flat, rotate the wrist to face inwards, and you've corrected the orientation there. Same principle on this side, so open up this, fold it out of the way, correct the wrist half moon orientation, correct the fist, bring this, well, close it, sorry I was going to cover it back up, but that's not for this part, and there he is in robot mode. So hope this helps you out, guys. Take care.